All right, so let's get right into it. We're talking about Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. You've probably heard of it. It's this huge, almost legendary book. CEOs, celebrities, you name it, they've read it. But here's the thing, it's also probably one of the most controversial books you can pick up. And yeah, that is putting it lightly. I mean, just look at this comment from a user on Reddit. The book is, well, it's notorious. People call it a modern-day Machiavelli, a handbook for the ruthless. And when a book has that kind of reputation, it kind of forces you to ask one very simple, very direct question. So, is this book actually evil? Well, to figure that out, we can't just go by its reputation. We need to actually understand what these laws are all about. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to break down the core themes of the book, and then we'll come right back to that big question. Okay, so the first big theme that jumps out is all about mastering your image. See, according to Green, power isn't necessarily about what's real. Nope. It's about perception. It's all about controlling the narrative, the story that people tell about you when you're not in the room. Green basically says the world of power is a giant stage. And you're the main character. Every little thing you do, the mask you choose to wear, how you handle the spotlight, it all shapes how the audience, everyone else sees you. It's not just about what you do, it's about what people think you do. Let's look at a specific law that really hammers this home. So the big takeaway here is that power can come from restraint. Think about it. When you say less, people can't get a read on you. They start to project their own thoughts, their own fears, right onto you. And in that awkward silence, they get nervous and they'll rush to fill it, often spilling all sorts of information you can use. It's a classic power play, right? Make them show their hand while you keep your cards close to your chest. All right, let's keep going. So after you've mastered your own image, the next big piece of the puzzle is figuring out what drives other people. And according to Green, what they say drives them is almost never the real story. And yeah, this is a pretty cynical take on human nature, isn't it? The book basically argues that if you want to really understand people, you have to look right past their words and see the hidden strings pulling them, things like self-interest, envy, and vanity. Forget trying to appeal to their good side. Green says you've got to target these raw, powerful emotions. And this is where the laws start to feel really strategic. And this is a fantastic illustration of that point. There's this great example in the source material about an advisor to Genghis Khan. Khan was ready to just completely destroy these Chinese cities, but the advisor convinced him not to. How? He didn't beg for mercy. Nope. He argued that if they taxed the cities instead, Khan will become unbelievably wealthy. He appealed to Khan's greed, not his goodness. And that, right there, is Law 13 in action. Find their self-interest, and you've found the lever to move them. Okay, so you've mastered your image. You can read other people's true motives. The third big theme is about putting it all together with strategy and, maybe most importantly, patience. It's all about playing the long game. We're talking chess here, not checkers. So the key here is learning to step back from those immediate emotional reactions. It's about seeing the entire chessboard, not just your very next move. In Green's view of the world, real power belongs to the people who can see the whole game, who can adapt when things change, and who never ever lose sight of that end goal way over on the other side of the board. And the book has this perfect little fable to explain it. Imagine two frogs looking for a new place to live. One frog spots this deep well, sees all the water, and wants to jump right in. But the second frog stops him and asks, "Wait a minute, if this well dries up, how are we going to get out?" See the difference? One frog only saw the quick fix. The other was planning all the way to the end. Okay, so now that we've got a handle on these main themes, let's circle all the way back to that big question we started with. We've seen what these laws are about, so are they a tool for navigating a tricky world, or are they a weapon for taking advantage of it? And this really breaks the whole debate down into two sides of the same coin. On the one hand, you can see this book as a defense manual, a way to learn how to spot manipulation and protect yourself from other people's power plays. But on the other hand, you can see it as a straight-up offensive playbook designed to help you get what you want, no matter the cost. And this is the heart of the defense argument. The idea is you don't actually have to use these laws yourself to get value from the book. Just by knowing they exist, you can start to recognize when someone else is trying to use them on you, whether that's your boss, a competitor, or maybe even someone you thought was a friend. But then you have this really strong counter-argument, which I think gets to the core of why so many people are uncomfortable with this book.
As this user points out, it literally tells you to do things like exploit a friend's trust. And it never once stops to say, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. It just presents these tactics as facts of life, and for a lot of people, that just feels wrong. And then you've got this even deeper take on it all. This user suggests that maybe we're looking at it all wrong. Maybe trying to label the pursuit of power as good or evil is the mistake. They argue it's just a basic human drive, hardwired into us for survival. From that point of view, power isn't a moral issue. It just is. So, at the end of the day, what we're left with are these 48 laws. It's a complete system for understanding and gaining power that a lot of people find, well, chillingly effective.
But here's the thing, the book itself never makes a moral judgment. It's more like a history book of tactics. It just describes what has worked for people throughout time.